actually create a database. So let's do that. Now we can say try free. At this point, we can put in our information. Okay, so at this point, they should have sent you a verification email. So I'll check my email, and I did in fact get the verification email. So let me click here. I'll verify my email. And now I can continue to MongoDB. So here is the first page upon successfully signing up. Build an application, microservices or API. Preferred language, we'll put JavaScript. Okay, so now we can create a cluster. These you have to pay for, so I'm going to choose this one. I'll choose AWS as the provider, and I can name the cluster FS Easy. Create that. Now it's going to ask you to create a user so that you can have someone actually authenticate against the database. So here I'll put user, and then for password, I want you guys to understand exactly how to do this, and I'm not about keeping secrets from education. So my secret password. All right, create user. Awesome. Now this is a really important step. In this step, we're going to provision our IP address in a fashion that allows all access, right? So 0.0.0.0/0. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save this. Excellent. So once you've done that, we can go ahead and close this. Now it's allowing us to go to the database. And we're going to have to create our first collection. So if we go to browse collections, we see that we have nothing here. We'll say add my own data, and now we can actually create a name for our database as well as our first collection name. Now they make you create first collection by default. So for the database, I'll say FS Easy DB. Collection name, we'll just create it just like this. Excellent. So we've successfully created our first database, and we also have a collection in there. Think of a collection as a table within SQL if you utilized SQL before. So we have our first collection in there, and now we can begin storing and retrieving documents within that collection, which is the actual data we're dealing with. So we have our database set up. We do want to get some important information from this database so that we can connect our own application to correspond with this database. There's an easy way of doing so. If we head over to our database and then we hit the button connect, here it'll give you a few options. We can go ahead and say drivers. Here it's giving you the npm installation, and you can actually request the full code. I'll copy this here. We're going to head back to the terminal. I'm going to change all of these passwords and usernames, and this cluster is probably not going to exist anymore. However, I did not want to hold the data back from you guys so that you can learn at the fastest pace possible. Now we're going to head back to our application. I'm going to set up Visual Studio Code for you guys. I'm going to install all of the dependencies we need. We're going to need Bulma. We're going to need MongoDB, and that's a driver pretty much that allows us to talk to the database as an ORM. MongoDB is also a NoSQL database, so it stores information really fast. So let's head back to the application so that we can set up Next.js and connect this with our MongoDB database.